And we're here. What's up, folks? Sunday, August 25th, last day of the Kentucky State Fairs today. Managed to completely miss out on going to that. It is looking like it is going to rain here. We've got 70% chance of showers, so hopefully we don't lose power or anything like that during the broadcast. I am your host, Spark. We are here doing the week 34 of the 20th anniversary year of giveaways. And if I look out of it today, it is because I fell asleep. I fell asleep. Oh, wow. Hopefully you guys can hear me because I forgot to turn off the music. I fell asleep earlier in 85-degree weather, and I am just out of it today. Man, falling asleep in heat is not a good recipe for having your wits about you and everything. And wow, it's just not feeling the greatest right now. Hopefully, I don't have to cut this short to take a break or something like that. But yeah, it is not good. So yeah, folks, it is Sunday the 25th. Welcome to the live stream broadcast this week. On the live stream, we're going to be giving away the Kizer Sheepdog knife. That is the week 34 giveaway. This is a S35 VN blade with titanium handle and pocket clip. The winner is also going to be getting a K-Bar Dozier knife, K-Bar Dozier 4062. We have that to give away. And for those of you tuning in, we also have various other stuff. We have a live stream prize pack for you guys that are watching. Here's a picture of it. We've got up the top there, you can see a Special Forces 2 gas station knife. We've got a Kershaw Groove. We've got SCAH1 Arrowhead. We have a Venture Medical Kit sticker, Surefire sticker, a Mayflower Velcro patch, some tactical plexiglass. We've got we have some yellow 550 cord, and yeah, that's basically it there. So that's the live stream prize pack. We're also going to be giving away a Blade Forms Velcro patch and a sticker, logo t-shirt, and more. So yeah, hey, what's going on, guys? I see Andy Moon. I see Big Bad Goth. I see Brashear Beer, Mark Grant Jr., Pioma, Eric Thiel. Hey, what's going on with all y'all? So yeah, last week's live stream prize pack went awry. Hey Frank, what's going on? Because everybody take a look at this guy right here, Mark Grant, aka Marcus Bear, decided he wanted to be cute and enter in a fake name by joking around in the live stream. And as a result, that fake name got drawn as the winner of the live stream prize pack. So the problem is Marcus Bear had won the live stream prize pack, just a couple weeks prior, and he didn't realize that I didn't recognize his non-Blade Forms username, so I didn't put two and two together. So yeah, that's that. So we're going to have to do a 2-for prize pack and re-give away last week's prize pack in today's live stream. And then we're going to have to do today's live stream again. So yeah, today we're going to take a break from talking shit about Iron Kid because it's his birthday, and we're going to talk shit about Marcus Bear there instead. So see that on the screen right there? Mark Grant Jr., it's your turn in the hot seat, dude. So, yeah. Everybody tell Marcus Bear that you suck, and or that he sucks. And that he's responsible for me being not knowing what's going on. So yeah, Big Bad Goth, tell your husband we all said happy birthday. Happy birthday to Iron Kid 883. What birthday is it for him? Is he like 72, 73 this week? Maybe 74. I mean, we know you married him. We know you married him just for the money, Big Bad Goth. So you know, there is still help that you can get. You know, you don't have to. You don't have to stay with an abuser. Oh, he's turning 35? Wow. Yeah. Gosh, you know, from the pictures, it doesn't look like he's 35. I mean, you know, I'm 47 this year, and he looks like he's nearly twice as old as I am. So, oh, look, Iron Kid's here. Hey, Iron Kid, happy birthday. You suck. And Marcus Bear also sucks. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah. I am not altogether here right now. I am very, very tired. Very out of it. Falling asleep in hot weather is never a good sign. I'm trying to hydrate with my super pretentious Fiji water. Trying to get some essential fluids back in. Not like Iron Kid gets his essential fluids. You know, that's how Iron Kid rehydrates. But, you know, I'm just trying to get my act together. Hopefully the air conditioning kicks on in here, and hopefully that hopefully I'll be semi-coherent by the end of the broadcast. All right, so 14 people online in here right now. So for those of you who haven't watched this before, let's do a quick breakdown on how this all works. Every week we do a live stream of the giveaways here. This week, or let me go back. This is the bladeforums.com 20th anniversary year of giveaways. We opened up basically in 1998. November 2nd is our official anniversary for 20 years. Or November 2nd, 2018 was our official anniversary for 20 years. And what we are doing is every week we are giving away a prize. And this week is week 35, or this week is week 35, so make sure that you guys go to the week 35 thread in the giveaway forum and get entered to win the big Becker BK5 Magnum Camp by K-Bar. But what we will be giving away on the broadcast this week is going to be the Kizer C01C Sheepdog. And basically we got 50 or actually 60, 70 knives to give away. We had manufacturers donate dozens of knives for giveaways for the forums, and yeah, every week you guys go through and vote for which knife you guys want to be as the prize for the giveaway. Last week you guys voted for the K-Bar Becker. Next week it's going to be something else. The weeks previous we gave away Himalayan Imports Kukris, Bussy Combat stuff, Bucks, K-Bars, Ontario, Spyderco, a whole plethora of stuff. So, you know, how this works is you guys make make the posts in the giveaway threads, and I go to random.org and I make a, we put in the first post that's eligible, which is post number 2. As you can see up on the screen, post number 2 and the last post eligible in the thread, which happens to be in this case post number 348. So let's go back to the giveaway thread here. See if I can make this a little bit easier for myself. All right, so the giveaway thread here, the very last post is, if we go all the way to the end, you can see it's post 348 right there. See that? 348. So going back to random.org, you can see I filled it in with post number 2 and post number 348. And when I hit the generate button, random.org will pick a random number between those two numbers of 2 and between 2 and 348, and that eliminates any charges of nepotism or favoritism or vote rigging or whatever. You know, you guys watch me hit the button in real time, the number pops up in real time, and away we go. There's some weird stuff going on chat. Apparently Andy Moon is flirting with Iron Kid 883. You know, hey, more power to you guys. I don't know, is Big Bad Goth, is divorce legal in Ireland? This might be your opportunity to get away from your abuser. You know, Ireland's kind of a weird backwards country. You know, I don't know if you guys are still bending the knee to the Queen and stuff like that. You know, the two apparently religious battles there between Hinduism and Islam. You know, you guys, the Irish Republican Army and stuff like that, were fighting Hindus and Muslims. Very bizarre little country. You wouldn't think this in, you know, for its locale, you wouldn't think that would happen, but, you know, so it goes. All right, so already losing viewers, awesome. Chris Doyle's shown up, Rick Bradford's shown up, misplaced Hillbillies here, so that's cool. Tim Shuttlesworth is here, Pioma's here, a couple other folks. So yeah, you guys hopefully are in for a decent treat. So anyhow, let's kick it off. Start it off with giving away a bladeforms.com sticker. As you can see, polyvinyl sticker adheres to most non-wet surfaces. Do not use this as a chest seal. If somebody's been shot, do not apply this to their chest thinking that you're going to relieve tension pneumo. It does not work. I'm not going to say how I know this, but, you know, it doesn't work. So, you know, but it is perfect for placing on various surfaces where you are authorized to put it on. Do not put it on the White House. Do not attach it to paintings in various museums. Small children, you know, if the child belongs to you, okay, I guess you can attach it to them. But random small children that you find out in the street, do not attach the sticker to that. Don't put it on police cars. You know, just try to keep a low profile when you guys are out committing vandalism. So let's go to random.org here, and let's hit the generate button. Boom. Post number 213. So let's go to the giveaway thread here and go to page 1. And post number 213 should be on page 11, I think. Yep. Okay, cool. So, post number 213 belongs to Not Too Sharp. As you can see here, Not Too Sharp. Post number 213, and Not Too Sharp gets the bladeforms.com sticker. So that's awesome. Congratulations to Not Too Sharp, and we will get that going. Hang on a second, folks. All right, feeling some gastric distress here. I may have to run off camera in a minute and take care of something. So yeah, there we go. Let's do the patch giveaway real quick. Go to the random.org, hit the generate button. Post number 232. So go back to the giveaway thread. Post number 232 should be on page 12. Okay. All right. Indawire. So Indawire. Post number 232. INDA wire. All right, guys. I apologize for this. I'm going to have to run off the screen for a minute because I'm having some gastric issues, and I will be right back, though. Be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I am not feeling well. Just had to bow before the porcelain god. Don't fall asleep above it. Expect yourself to feel great afterwards. Not good, you know, but hopefully I'll keep my ground. We'll make it through together, and who knows, maybe I'll turn on the toilet cam and everybody will get to experience the joy of me vomiting on screen. So yeah, is my mic up too high? Are you guys being deafened by my voice? So I'm seeing the screen go through the roof here. Yeah, music's still on. Yeah, I am not feeling great. So yeah, anyways, we've given away the sticker, we've given away the patch, we've given away the sticker. I'm going to try to knock out the prizes quickly and get it taken care of, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll feel better in about 10 minutes or so. Let's do the bladeforums.com logo t-shirt real quick. Let's get over to random.org and do that, and do the giveaway thread and everything else as well. So post number 56 on here, so that's going to be on the giveaway thread. That is going to be on page 3. All right, so post number 56 on page 3 belongs to jtaliani, jtaliani, I think, Liani, jtaliani. I don't know how that's pronounced. Hopefully that's his last name. Hopefully I haven't mangled it that badly. Wow. Yeah, not feeling great, folks. So yeah, that's it for the Blade Forums shirt. Let's get back to random.org, and we will do the membership. Post number 118 is the membership. Post number 118 should be on page 5. See what we got here. Okay, post number 118 is going to be on page 6 because I am not good at the maths. So let's get back to the giveaway thread. Post number 118. All right, Owen K. Owen K with the avatar of Crocodile Dundee. God, man, that is. Remember the '80s when people were, you know, using that as the default whenever anybody would talk about knives. Oh, that's not a knife, you know. Oi, that's a knife. Well, that's what we've got. All right, I'm not feeling great. Sorry, folks, if you guys expected very witty commentary and blazing insight today. You got what you paid for, which is nothing. So, yeah, it's awesome. So, yeah, here we go. We have done the sticker, we've done the patch, we've done the shirt, we've done the membership. Didn't hit any basic members or non-registered users. Rather, we didn't hit any registered users this time for... or non-paid members for this time, so that's great because we didn't get any letters this week, so none of them would have qualified to win any of the prizes. Folks, I mean, we're here 35 weeks or 34 weeks into the giveaways. Make sure that you get registered and enter in on week 35 here for next week's K-Bar BK5. Oh, and make sure that you do a solid like and comment on the video here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share the videos to your friends. Convince your friends and family members to watch the Bladeforms channel. It helps with our metrics. But yeah, basically do me a solid here. Like, comment, and subscribe. Talk shit about Iron Kid in the comments. Talk shits about Mark Grant Jr. as well. We need to make sure that he never lives down the way he bamboozled me. I was deceived. He, basically we need to just make sure he never lives it down, because, he is just a terrible person for that. 15 people watching, and it is 5:23 p.m. So let's talk about some news stuff before we get to the giveaway drawing for the Kizer Sheepdog and the not one, but two live stream prize packs that we're going to do this week, because Marcus Bear screwed over last week's. I looked at the comments, Mark. I've got 20 or 30 or however many, people in the chat window all putting their username in. That's where I get lost. As you can see, I've got some red in my beard here. That's close enough to blonde. I'm not good with math or heavy thinking or anything like that. It is a nasty one. All right, so where we got? Wonder how many live stream hosts. Yeah, exactly. That's it's not good. It's always fun when you've got to throw up on air. That's just not great. Oh yeah. So I was going through stuff the other day, and I came across something that may be of interest to you guys, and hasn't shown up. So this is a Kiradashi by the Sabal brothers. Out of Argentina, Claudio's. If you guys don't follow Claudio Sobal on Instagram and Facebook, you really should. Dude is one hell of a knife maker. Anyways, that turned up the other day when I was going through stuff. I've got two of these Kiradashis, so we're going to be giving one of those away for one of the prize packs in the next couple weeks. Exactly right. Andy Moon, Sabal Kiradashi. Great little knife. I think it's made out of M390 steel, if I remember correctly. Fucking wicked little slicer. Doesn't come with a sheath or anything. I'm guessing that the end user has to make a sheath or something for that, or use it as an envelope cutter or something. But yeah, that'll be one of the prizes that'll be coming up down the road. So let's talk about news. Let's talk about what's going on in the world today, and see if we can help make a difference here by opening your guys' minds and getting you educated, and maybe you guys will be get turned into rabid little activists like I am. All right, so first and foremost, here, kniferights.com is an organization that you guys need to be supporting. I don't want to hear any shit from any of y'all on this. Kniferights.com is out there fighting for our rights in this industry, and they've taken on New York and various other locations. They've helped write legislation for various things, and really, you guys need to be supporting them with your money, and volunteer if you can, and do what you can. There's no real news going on this month from them as far as God, I swear to God, you throw up once and everybody says that you shit yourself. So it's great. There's no real knife news going on this month as far as legal goes, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't help Knife Rights out. One of the ways you can do it is by going to smile.amazon.com, and you can select a charity where a portion of your Amazon orders go to. I use Knife Rights as my charity, so anytime I make a purchase on Amazon, which is not often, they get a cut of my Amazon purchase, and that goes towards funding them for future lawsuits and everything else. So yeah, help out Knife Rights. Donate what you can. Yesterday was National Knife Day. Knife Rights, I think, had a giveaway going on for that. So if you entered in for the raffles, it would have been good. There's no telling what you could have won. So let's talk about what's going on in the news otherwise. As far as things go, fucking insanity going on for gun control and stuff like that. Amnesty International has decided to put out a travel advisory to the U.S. of A., basically saying that we are too dangerous for international people to come visit because mass shootings occur here every so often. Very rarely, but mass shootings occur here every so often. And also because, Amnesty International doesn't like the fact that law-abiding citizens can carry guns. So, yeah, Amnesty is fucking stupid. They're supported by the UN Human Rights Council. Amnesty isn't saying shit about Venezuela. Amnesty isn't saying shit about, frickin' Uruguay. Amnesty isn't saying shit about Mexico or any place where homicide rates are completely out of control. But Amnesty is saying that the U.S. is too dangerous to visit. So, if you guys contribute to Amnesty, get the fuck out of here. Nobody wants... these guys are just pawns, and it's a complete charade these days. All right. So let's look at what else we've got here. Gun control has apparently, or still continuing to be the number one cause celeb for presidential contenders out on the Democratic side, at least. Robert Francis Beto O'Rourke has decided that, after polling at 0.0%, just like Eric Swalwell and various others, he's decided that, he's going to continue the gun control beat. And, he wants to confiscate guns. He wants to do red flag laws. He wants to do all this other shit. He even went so far as to go to a gun show in Kansas City where he found a couple Quislings to support him. No idea whether or not those were plants, but yeah, it's AstroTurf as usual. One of the interesting things that happened this week was that a journalist tried to buy guns at Walmart and instead made a interesting thing where she gave up instead of buying a gun. For those of you who didn't actually see the article, I'm going to see if I can get it pulled up on the screen here. There was a journalist for Business Insider, and I've got it pulled up on the screen here. This lady tried to buy a gun at Walmart twice after the El Paso shooting, and she basically gave up because it's so hard to buy a gun at Walmart that not even the associates know how to sell you a gun. After the El Paso shooting in Texas, there's been a bunch of craziness going on with Walmart and guns, and it's really shown that the left is not about reducing violence or increasing firearm safety, but is about banning the sale of firearms altogether. And the way they're doing it is by attacking it in piecemeal. You've got dumbass David Hogg saying it's harder to get cold pills than an AR-15. I don't know about you. I've never had to fill out a background check for cold pills. I've never faced a 10-year prison sentence and $250,000 fine for lying on a background check for buying cold pills. It's never been illegal for a felon to get cold pills. It's never been illegal for an illegal alien to get cold pills. It's never been illegal for somebody under 16 to get cold pills. If you're a fugitive from justice, you can still get cold pills. But apparently David Hogg thinks that a $5 pack of Sudafed is somehow more difficult to get than a $500 or $1,000 AR-15. Meanwhile, people petition Walmart to stop selling guns after the El Paso shooting, because that's just like, getting Walmart to stop selling guns that they didn't sell for the mass shooting, is, basically, getting Walmart to stop selling guns to stop mass shootings is like cutting off your own dick to prevent rape. None of the mass shooters are buying their guns from Walmart. Walmart stopped selling. Walmart doesn't sell pistols. Walmart doesn't sell semi-auto rifles. All they sell is bolt-action shotguns or bolt-action rifles and shotguns and muzzle loaders. They haven't sold AR-15 style rifles since 2015, but that's not good enough for the activists. They want Walmart to stop selling guns. Cory Booker, dumbass Spartacus Cory Booker, is supporting Walmart employees to stop selling guns. Bernie Sanders is saying that Walmart employees should stop selling guns. Well, all this brouhaha about Walmart guns, you got a reporter from Business Insider who decided she would try to buy a gun from Walmart. So what'd she do? First, she tried to figure out which Walmart would be closest to her does sell guns. And none of the Walmart she called she had to call like 5 or 6 different Walmarts because none of the employees knew which Walmart sold guns or not. Then, she called. It took her an hour and a half and over a dozen calls to various Walmart stores. She waited on hold for 40 minutes and only got through to a human 3 times. 3 Walmart employees told her they didn't know which Walmart stores sold guns. So that right there, wow. That's a kind of searing indictment on Walmart customer service, especially since Walmart apparently sells 20% of the ammunition in the U.S. Then after she went to she found one of the Walmarts, and she went to it, and the Walmart in question limits who can sell the guns there. You have to be an authorized seller, or only certain Walmart employees are authorized to sell guns at Walmart. And they don't always have them working, it turns out. So this lady drove to the Walmart in question, wanted to buy a $150 rifle of some sort, and guess what? There was no employee there for her to sell her the gun. Nobody could unlock the gun case. Nobody could do anything. So she drove out to the Walmart, got turned away because nobody was able to sell a gun there. Left, came back another day, and was able to come back and find an employee or she came back another day where there was an authorized seller in there, and basically she went through the process. And let's see here if we can do it. All right, they got there. A manager got there the second time and said that she couldn't buy a gun because there was no authorized firearm sellers there for work. So let's see there. She drove 30 minutes to the other one, started filling out the background check paperwork, and basically because her driver's license didn't match her actual address, they turned her away for buying a gun then too. So yeah, awesome. So basically this chick destroyed the entire narrative by documenting how she was unable to buy a gun from Walmart, and documenting that Walmart, has all these extraneous extra controls in place to prevent people from buying shit, and they don't even sell guns. In the U.S. here, if you're 18 years old, it's legal for you to buy a long gun, shotgun, or a rifle. It's legal for, you can't buy a pistol from you can't buy a pistol from a FFL, but you can get it from a private seller. Walmart won't sell you ammo or rifles or shotguns unless you're 21 or older. So yeah, it's freaking crazy. It's nuts. So this chick just completely blew the entire anti-gun narrative out of the water. So yeah, what else is going on? Well, it turns out that the UN is getting ready to organize again, and they're going to set up regulations on African wildlife or hunting in Africa, because nothing says we know what we're talking about like a bunch of Europeans imposing regulations on one of the few natural resources that's sustainable in Africa. So basically, I don't know about you guys. I'm not a hunter. I don't do it anymore. I used to hunt. I don't have the taste for it anymore. I can hunt. I have hunted. I know how to, get a deer, clean it, dress it, etc. And, it's just not for me right now. If I had to, sure, I could do it, but I just don't revel in hunting anymore. I prefer to shoot paper targets and practice or do competition shooting in like tactical sense. I like doing IDPA. I like doing 3-gun, etc. But I don't begrudge people who do like to hunt, and I especially don't begrudge people who are ultra wealthy, who are single-handedly preserving the African wildlife with their trophy hunts. So, I've watched kind of from the sidelines of what's going on with hunting here in the U.S., what's going on with hunting in Europe, and what's going on with hunting in Africa, and watching it how it dovetails in with the gun rights thing. And you always hear this thing with the anti-gunners where, oh no, you don't need this to hunt, you don't need this to hunt, you don't need that to hunt. But the thing that people don't realize is they don't want you to hunt either. Once they're done banning semi-automatic rifles and pistols, they're going to come after your hunting weapons because nobody needs a high-powered military-grade sniper rifle in their house, because all they are is an assassin tool. So, the hunting weapons are next on the list. And when you look at what they're doing for these various actions, like these hunting regulations here, then, it really makes it obvious that they're trying to, hunting is not going to exist after this too. And basically, the UN is a signatory on, or the U.S. is a signatory on various UN things. And the UN is taking interest in African wildlife. And, for those of you who follow history and know what's going on in Africa, Africa is torn up with all kinds of civil war and strife and kleptocracies and corruption and everything else going on. You've got countries, that are at war with each other. You've got countries that are fighting internal battles. You've got countries that are having issues left and right. And then you've got some relatively stable countries, and you've got some massively unstable countries. Examples, like Zimbabwe, Sudan with what's going on in Darfur, South Africa, what's going on there. Multiple countries. And when it comes to wildlife, the only places that are having any kind of success with wildlife conservation are the countries that have portioned off large areas of land to private landholders, and those landholders are engaged in conservancy by doing safaris. And a perfect example of this is the southern white rhino. The southern, for you guys that follow, you've probably heard about rhinos are endangered, rhinos are going extinct, rhinos are having problems, and the southern white rhino was going extinct. There was like very few of them left. And what happened is that in the in South Africa, these landholders decided that they were going to allow managed hunts, and they decided that they were going to carefully watch. The landholders had land and tens of thousands of acres of private preserves, and the rhinos were on the preserves. And in the areas where the preserves were guarded by wildlife protectionists, private game rangers and people that were managing the animals, the poachers weren't able to get on there. And they would catch the poachers, they would get in gun battles with the poachers would get fucking shot. And the areas where there was game preserves, the rhinos flourished. The areas where there weren't game preserves, you had assholes on technicals shooting RPGs and PKMs and Dishkas and AK-47s at fucking rhinos and giraffes and elephants, and harvesting the rhino horn, the elephant tusks, giraffe heads, and everything, and selling it to China for black market pecker medicine. Basically, the Chinese thought that all these various parts of the animals could be used for herbal relief and various remedies of problems, including making your like tiger penis makes your pecker strong and stuff. And where there was private preserves, the poaching was stopped. Where there wasn't, the poaching is going on hardcore. You would see lions and elephants and rhinos and all these other endangered animals getting slaughtered left and right. And it's not, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to see animals go extinct. Nobody wants to see these animals go extinct. But the U.S. and European anti-hunting people are so fucking stupid that they don't understand the reality of what's going on. They're like, oh, well, they should just tax, the government should pay for anti-poaching efforts. The governments over in Africa are so corrupt that they're busy, milking every single dollar that they can get from lithium production and rare earth metals and diamonds and everything else, all the natural or all the mineral rights and oil rights and other stuff. They're taking every dollar they can and using that to line their pockets and sending their kids to school in Europe and having estates in Europe and stuff like that. It is kleptocracy. The government does not care about funding anti-poaching efforts. The only people who care about anti-poaching efforts are the people that own land down in Africa. And so, where the white rhino went from endangered to tens of thousands of rhinos, the black rhino, where it wasn't being protected, is going extinct and is nearly, gone there. Another really famous example of this is, and let me see if I can find it on the screen here, Cecil the lion. You guys remember Cecil the lion? The guy that was a dentist and went over to Africa and got involved with a shady safari operation. He killed, beloved Cecil the lion, and the backlash that caused. When Cecil the lion got killed, there was a huge outrage that started where all these people were like, oh my God, you can't have trophy hunting. All these people that are trophy hunting are shitheads. Hey, that's neither here nor there. I don't see, the Occupy dimwits. I don't see Antifa. I don't see, the Democrats lining up to pay $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 for photo safaris to make sure these animals are protected. They think the government should pay, various governments should pay for it with taxes. They don't realize that there is no tax money in Africa for various stuff. They can't fight AIDS. They can't provide, clean water or solid medicine or great schooling over in Africa. So you think they're really going to give a shit about animals? No, they don't. They don't give a shit about fucking animals. And the dimwits in America here don't care about animals either, past their clicking the like button on Facebook or retweeting a post about how this cheerleader's evil for shooting a giraffe. Granted, some people have a lot of money and very little taste. Would I personally have a lion rug in my room? Well, yeah, maybe, hey, who knows? Maybe a lion rug would be cool, a black bear rug, whatever. I personally, it's not something, yeah, gosh, that lion head over there, or that giraffe head, or that kudu, or whatever really accentuates the room. It's not, it's not something for me. There's various people though who love that shit, who love getting out in the woods and hunting stuff. And what people don't realize is that gun owners in the U.S. fund wildlife restoration and preservation through Pittman-Robertson. Pittman-Robertson Wildlife, or the Federal Aid and Wildlife Restoration Act of 1937, often referred to as Pittman-Robertson, is a tax that gun owners pay on guns, ammo, bows, fishing gear, all kinds of outdoor shit. A portion of that goes towards Pittman-Robertson above. There we go, above, right there. And those taxes get divvied out to taking care of wildlife here in the U.S. It takes care of all the national parks. Gun owners pay for national parks in the U.S. Without private gun ownership, you will not have national parks. Without people buying ammo, you will not have national parks. Without people buying bows and rifles and pistols and everything else, you will not have national parks. And people don't understand that billions of dollars a year, hunters spend between 2.8 and 5.2 billions of dollars a year on taxable merchandise. And honestly, that's probably low. And that money goes to preserving the national parks. Well, there's no Pittman-Robertson Act in Africa. There's no hunting, there's no people buying guns and ammo in Africa and to the tune of U.S. hunters and U.S. sportsmen. So as a result, there's not a lot of money for wildlife conservation. The only way to get the wildlife conservation taken care of here is by having safaris. And the safaris, the money from the safaris goes towards the landowners because those guys want to make a living. These guys, they're paying for land, they're paying for anti-poaching efforts, they're paying for the labor of all their game guides and the villages and everything else. The villages that are nearby reap the benefits because the landowners, every time an animal is hunted, a fee goes towards the government. Part of that money comes back in the form of schools, clean water, medical, etc. So it is a symbiotic relationship. And the landowners want to make sure that they have continued business because they're not buying tens of thousands of acres and game preserves just to slaughter all the animals and not let them come back. What they want is healthy breeding animal packs. They want healthy breeding animals. They want lions. They want a shit ton of lions because each living lion represents a $50,000 to $75,000 price tag. They want lots of elephants because each one of those represents $100,000. They want rhinos. They want giraffes. They want kudu. They want elk or whatever animals are on the ticket there for hunting packages. And what a good conservationist, a good game tracker does is they keep their eyes on the packs. They're watching these packs every day, and they know which animals are the alphas, and they know which animals are getting old, and they cull. The technical term for these hunts is culling. They cull the old males that are sick, that are no longer able to eat as well, and the ones that have had a chance to breed, and they kill them. They have them killed by the hunters, and that allows newer, younger males to get in there and breed and maintain your genetic diversity in the packs of animals, and it allows for your group of animals to expand. So instead of having 15 or 20 lions, suddenly you've got 200 plus lions. Well, where does this tie into Cecil the Lion? Well, because Cecil the Lion created such a fucking outrage in the international community, they had a problem afterwards. And, because the amount of safaris went under, or, the amount of outrage there was, people were turned off from doing safaris for Cecil the Lion. Nobody wants to go hunt a lion, and brag to their friends about it if all your friends are going to be calling you some kind of monster for murdering Cecil. So as a result, I don't even know what happened to it, but basically, instead of the normal amount of lions getting, hunted by game trappers and game preserves, nobody was hunting lions. And as a result, when the lions are the apex predator and nobody's hunting them, you've got a shitload of lions breeding, and suddenly the numbers go up. So, somebody has to keep control of the lions. Somebody has to keep control of the lions. The lions are getting killed one way or another, because if you don't maintain control of the lions, what happens is the lions spread out and they eat everything. They eat all the fucking rhinos. They eat all the fucking giraffes. They eat all the kudu. And soon you have no animals left, because that's what happens. They eat until they fucking overpopulate, and then they starve, and that's, population pressure. Well, guess what? The fucking liberals didn't like that either. Oh, God, we can't have lions culled, So they did a change.org petition, and got 160 signatures that did absolutely nothing. So, instead of 200 lions, well, let's see what this is. Let's pull up the calculator here. 200 lions at $75,000 a piece. That is... 200 times 7500, that's $15 million. Now, here in America, $15 million doesn't sound like a lot. $15 million, big deal. We throw that away on roads, that go nowhere, or that's like basically a construction of a strip mall. In Africa, $15 million goes a hell of a long way. $15 million is several schools. $15 million is a clean water treatment plant, or a medical center, or various other shit. So, when they kill off 200 lions, that money doesn't come out of thin air. It's not made up for by the government. That money just goes away. It is, it's not a zero-sum game, except when the money's never there, it can't come out of nowhere. So, And naturally, of course, you also get, backlash from the right wing on animals, where people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you guys hunt. Well, anybody else remember this t-shirt? For every animal you don't eat, I'm going to eat 3. Yeah. So there's stuff like that. And meanwhile, somebody touched on this earlier. The natives in Africa don't give a shit about lions. They watch, what happened with Cecil, and they're like, why are you guys getting upset? Lions kill people here. Lions go and drag people off, from the bushes. Lions kill kids. Lions do all this other stuff. In living memory, you've got people in Africa who know about the horrors of lions preying on people. There's, they don't cry over lions. So, yeah, there's that. Holy shit, man. It's 5:55. We are... Apparently, me talking about hunting and me throwing up earlier really ate up a lot of time. So yeah, let's talk about some more stuff, and we will get this knocked out. Oh, so basically, long story short, UN's going to be messing with or putting regulations on hunting that's going to further discourage hunting efforts, which is going to cause bigger problems with conservation, because as we've seen, government agencies doing conservation does not work. Private entities doing animal conservation does work really well, because animals are a renewable resource, and people want to make money off of the animals. If somebody wants to pay $75,000 for a tacky fucking rug, let them pay $75,000 for a tacky rug, if that means there's going to be hundreds of freaking lions left. People need to get over themselves and stop imposing, their ivory tower, Western liberal fucking value system on everything. All right, so up next for gun control, David Hogg, fucking idiot. They've unveiled their radical gun control agenda. Rather that, they say they're about reducing. They say they're about reducing violence and shooting deaths and everything. But, when you look at the plan here, yeah, it's just the same gun control shit over and over again. They want to change the standards of gun ownership, where they want to raise the national, or where they want to... Here, let me see if I can get this over here. They want to raise the age let's see, they want to raise the standard for ownership. They want licensing and registration for gun ownership. They want to ban assault weapons, high-cap magazines, other weapons of war. They want policies to disarm gun owners who pose a risk to themselves and others, aka red flags. And they want mandatory buyback programs to reduce the amount of guns owned. Because, it's not people misusing it. They don't like people owning guns at all. They want to have the rate, number 2, have the rate of gun deaths in 10 years. Basically, they're saying they want to reduce gun injuries and deaths by 50% in 10 years. Good luck with that. It's 60% of U.S. gun deaths are suicides. Assault weapons bans and magazine cap bans aren't going to affect that, so that's fucking stupid. Accountability for the gun lobby and industry, basically. This really pissed me off here. Hold the gun industry and lobby accountable for decades of illegal behavior. What illegal behavior? If they were doing illegal behavior, they would be in jail. There would be prosecutions. The fact that there's no prosecution seems to indicate that, unlike what these guys are saying, there's not actually illegal behavior. They want to revisit the DC versus Heller case to eliminate Second Amendment being an individual right. They want the FEC and IRS investigations into the NRA because this isn't about actually reducing crime. It's about punishing enemies or people that they disagree with. And God forbid, the NRA have a voice in the debate. If anything, we need to put the FEC and IRS investigations into all these gun control organizations. And, of course, they want to repeal the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act because, of course, this isn't about reducing violence. This is about using nuisance lawsuits to get your way. PLCCA, or Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act, PLCAA, all it does is shielded, gun manufacturers from lawsuits for people who who committed crimes with guns. That's like saying, I want to sue Ford because somebody got drunk and committed an accident with a car that they've owned for 10 years. That's what the PLCAA prevented, but of course these people hate it. Name a director for gun violence prevention. Basically, they want a SAR, we've seen how well the war on drugs have gone. Well, they want a war on guns. And also they want a down payment of $250 million in annual funding for research by the CDC and other federal agencies because that's part of this here. What people don't realize is that March for Our Lives is funded by Bloomberg. Bloomberg also funds Moms Demand Action, Everytown, Mayors Against Illegal Guns. He also has Bloomberg News. He does a journalism indoctrination camp with Columbia Journalism School for putting out anti-gun stories. And he does Johns Hopkins School for Public Health on gun control. Johns Hopkins School for Public Health does nothing but gun control studies. That's what they do. That's their bread and butter. So they want the U.S. government, or David Hogg and his friends wants the U.S. government to pay $250 million to Bloomberg's gun control, Johns Hopkins School, to put out studies saying gun ownership is bad. And these guys say the NRA is the fucking problem. Generate community-based solutions. Fully fund targeted interventions addressing intersectional dimensions of gun violence, including community-based urban violence reduction programs, suicide prevention, blah, 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 blah. This is a lot of gobbledygook here. Basically, part of it's okay. Part of it is all right. The targeted interventions and stuff like that is talking about programs like Ceasefire and the work of Dr. Gary Slutkin. If you have a chance, go to Google and watch Gary Slutkin's TED Talk about treating violence as if it's a contagious disease. And that's some great work. That is fantastic. And as long as those programs are heavily monitored, they have shown success from Iraq to Chicago in reducing violence because they find the people who are in danger or who have committed violence and go after those people to prevent violence from spreading. Gary Slutkin is a epidemiologist who handles diseases, contagious diseases. He worked on Ebola and all these other diseases in Africa, and he came back, and all of his cocktail party circuit friends were like, "We have a problem with gun violence. We have a problem with gun violence." Well, he's like, "Well, what are you doing?" "Oh, we want to ban guns." And that's not the right way to do it. The way you attack violence is go for the source, not the mechanism. So part of this is good, but the rest of it, this is your usual. Intersectional dimensions of gun violence. This sounds like something that came straight out of a gender study college program. So yeah. And then empower the next generation. Automatically register eligible voters and mail voter registration cards to Americans when they turn 18. They want gun ownership raised to 21, but voting at 18 is okay. That tells you everything right there. Create the Safety Corps, Peace Corps for gun violence prevention. Nobody knows what that is. Chances are it's just going to be paying people to march and demonstrate outside of pro-gun politician homes. Younger generations are disproportionately affected by gun violence. They should have a say in how their country solves this epidemic. We don't have a gun violence epidemic. If you look at the gun violence statistics, gun violence is down by 50% since '93. All kinds of other stuff going on. So yeah, I've linked to this propaganda document in the description down below. Read it through it if you need to put yourself to sleep or you want to make sure that your blood pressure goes through the roof. Also, David Hogg, again, prove you're not controlled by the NRA by doing what I want. Basically, David Hogg was on CNN and, basically was turning this into an NRA versus them thing with regards to politicians voting on gun control or not. So basically, show that you're not in the control of the NRA by doing what I say. David Hogg is a fucking idiot. Mass shooting was prevented possibly in California, but not through red flag laws, despite California having red flag laws for years. Basically, co-workers heard this Marriott worker talking about how he was pissed off and how he was going to go after people. They contacted the cops. The cops got a warrant. They searched his house, and apparently this dude was making off-the-books assault weapons. As you can see here down in the corner of this picture, you got a couple of AR-15s that are in banned configurations. You've got high-cap magazines and a whole bunch of other stuff. Basically, red flag laws did not stop this guy. So, yet again, red flag laws don't work. Also, in other news, I guess this guy missed the memo, saying it's time to, you always hear with gun control, oh, nobody's talking about repealing the Second Amendment, nobody's talking about banning guns. Well, this guy missed the memo here. It's time to repeal and replace the Second Amendment. This guy in the Nation. This is just a fucking retarded article, completely stupid. I would totally suggest that you guys don't bother reading this at all. Up next, in news about more presidential candidates, Kristen Gillibrand, who used to love the NRA and then turned her back on it, was on CNN, and CNN's Brooke Baldwin here, basically was given Kristen Gillibrand, a fluff job on air, and it really shows where these commentators are not journalists, they're activists. CNN host on Gillibrand's gun control platform. You get it. She called for universal background checks and gun buybacks because that's what the Democrats are doing. Well, Brooke Baldwin, agrees with it, and that's the thing that we're seeing now. People talk about Fox News and all this stuff being biased. All the journalists, all the TV talking heads are biased. They're no longer journalists. They're political activists. They're giving free airtime to various politicians and promoting their whatever cause is in their mind. So yeah. Let's see, what else do we have here? So Florida's Department of Agriculture is the one that handles concealed carry permits. And their politician, or the head of their Department of Agriculture, has a medical marijuana card and a concealed carry license. Isn't that interesting? I don't know if you guys smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. I don't use marijuana because I'm a gun owner. And under the 1968 Controlled Substance Act, it is illegal for someone in the U.S. who is a unlawful user of narcotics to possess ammunition, let alone a gun. You remember Philando Castile getting shot, and they found weed in his system, and that's when that's when everybody stepped off defending him. That's how it is. 1968, Congress passed the Controlled Substance Act, and 1968, Congress passed the Gun Control Act. And Gun Control Act of 1968 set up categories of people in there of who could have firearms. There was FFLs. There was basically prohibited persons, federal firearms licensees, and non-prohibited persons. But basically, the prohibited persons, people who cannot possess firearms in the U.S., are convicted felons after 1986 with Lautenberg, or after, was it 96, 86, or 94? The Lautenberg Act, people who got convicted of misdemeanor domestic violence. Illegal aliens and unlawful drug users cannot have firearms or ammunition in the U.S. So, so these days with medical marijuana coming to the foregrounds and it being decriminalized in various states, the ATF has said straight up, if you use weed, doesn't matter if you have a medical marijuana card or not, you are not allowed to have a firearm. Well, in Florida, the Nikki Fried is the Florida Agriculture Commissioner, and she has a medical marijuana card and she has a concealed carry permit. Well, guess what? The ATF has said flat out, this is illegal. You are not allowed to have a gun if you use weed. And, are we going to see her raided? Probably not. But if this was, we have seen in other states where they have combed people who have medical marijuana cards and people who have concealed carry permits. And if you have a medical marijuana card, they'll revoke your concealed carry permit because you're not allowed to use weed. So really, the feds need to get off the thing here and take marijuana off of the Schedule 1 and turn it into something where it's going to work because, I don't know about y'all, but I haven't heard of too many weed smokers who are out there committing, mass shootings. So that would be great. So, other news. All right, so this guy right here. You guys remember last year? A Florida man, shot a man in. All right, let's break this down. This guy right here, on his knees, just about to shoot this guy right here. This guy right here, his name is Michael Dredka. You can see here, this is his mugshot. He just got convicted for manslaughter because he basically went to this convenience store right here and decided to stick his snout where it didn't belong. He decided to yell at this guy's girlfriend. This guy right here, his girlfriend parked in a handicap spot. This guy had a history of yelling at people who parked in handicap spots. While he was yelling at this guy's girlfriend, he lacked situational awareness. He was so busy focused in on this woman parked in a handicap spot that he missed a guy coming in from his left, who blindsided him, basically pushed him to the ground and attacked him. Dude got knocked to the ground. Oh my God, what's going on here? Why was I getting attacked? Drew his sidearm, put one round into the guy he killed. The guy he shot runs inside the convenience store and dies in front of his son. Well, this guy got convicted of manslaughter yesterday, despite despite invoking stand your ground. The jury did not care. They convicted him for manslaughter. This case right here completely changed my outlook on how I respond to situations. Previous to that case, which took place back in, this took place back in, I think, July. Yeah, July of last year. Previous to that incident happening and the national outcry for it, I did not, all I carried, when I went out, all I carried was Glock and spare mag, and that was about it. And, of course, a knife. Now, these days, I do not leave the house without pepper spray because I do not want to go to jail and get convicted for murder like this guy did. And, I personally never take my, I don't involve myself with stuff like that where, yelling at people over parking spaces and shit like that. If somebody wants to be a psychotic in public, I just, book out and head the opposite direction. But there are a lot more situations where you are justified in painting somebody's face orange with pepper spray than you are justified in putting a bullet in them. Shooting somebody versus pepper spraying somebody, now don't get me wrong. There are times where you have to put a hole in somebody. If your life is in danger, if you are getting jumped by multiple people, sometimes pepper spray is not the answer. But there are a lot of situations where you're perfectly justified in pepper spraying somebody who's going after you, and the cops are not going to say a damn thing about it. Whereas if you pull out a gun and you shoot them, you're going to jail. So, folks, this case right here is why I now carry pepper spray with me everywhere. And there have been, and I'm aware of it, and I am, super, it has completely changed my outlook on how I do lethal versus less lethal. I'm an old fat guy. I am 47 years old. I weigh, 200 plus pounds. I am not in shape to be fighting off 3 or 4 18-year-old dudes or 20-year-old dudes or 30-year-old dudes. I am not Bruce Lee. I am not, fucking John Wick. I am not any of these guys. And, so if it gets to the point where somebody's actually fighting with me, first thing I'm doing, I'm pulling out the pepper spray and I'm frickin' pepper spraying them down. And if things get worse from there, I'm going to guns. I don't carry a knife for defense. I understand the people that do. I'm not. Anytime that I'm justified in pulling out a knife and stabbing somebody, I'm justified in shooting them, and that's not where I want to end up. I've got a 9-year-old kid. I am not. Or I've got an 8-year-old kid who's getting ready to turn 9. I don't want to spend next 30 years in jail for shooting somebody that I didn't have to. And. If granted, my life may be in danger if I have to pull out my gun, but if I can show that I used continuum of force first, that's covering my bases. So yeah, I'm not getting involved in stuff like that. I'm not going to yell at people and things like this guy did. This guy did everything wrong. He shouldn't have got, he should have kept his situational awareness. He shouldn't have been yelling at the lady. He got blindsided because he wasn't paying attention, and it was yeah, as a rational person, getting pushed to the ground and attacked by some guy who looks like he's gearing up to come after you after he's taking you to the ground, I can see where he was in fear for his life. But, he got convicted because 12 of his peers did not. So, folks, Saber Red. It's available off Amazon.com for like $15. And if you go to smile.amazon.com, a portion of your Saber Red proceeds will fund knife rights. So go buy Saber Red. This is I'm not sure how big of a sprayer this is. I think this is, but get the sprayer with a flip top that's big, that has a pocket clip on it. Saber Red Mark 6 OC spray. Carry it on you every day. Carry it with you. Carry if you're going to carry your gun, carry the... If you're going to carry a gun, carry pepper spray, and just like I said, there's a lot more situations where you are justified in painting somebody's face orange and ruining their day than you are in ending their life. And having a gun is just one way of resolving problems. De-escalation, empty hands, non-lethal, less lethal. then lethal force. You know, do what you can, practice with it, get sprayed with the pepper spray so you know what the effects are. Go to town. Don't wind up like this guy going to jail for years because he's a fucking idiot and got involved in shit he didn't need to. So, folks, that's it for the news topics at 6:17 p.m. We've managed to get through the broadcast without me throwing up again, which is great. I'm still not feeling the best, but, you know, it is what it is. So let's get to the grand prize giveaway for the Kizer Sheepdog, which, what did I do with the Kizer Sheepdog? Oh, there it is. All right, so let's get to the grand prize giveaway of the Kizer Sheepdog. Let me see if I can, there we go. We're going to do that real quick, and then we're going to do the grand prize giveaway for the Kizer Sheepdog, and then we are going to do the live stream prize pack here for this week, and we're going to do the extra bonus one for last week, and then we are going to head on out the door. So yeah, let's get back to random.org here. All right, so post number 30 wins the Kizer Sheepdogs. Let's go to there. Post number 30 should be on page 2. So let's get to the giveaway thread. All right, Shortwinger is post number 30. So congratulations to Shortwinger for winning the grand prize of the Sheepdog. And post number 35, Iron Kid 883 did not win because he sucks. Yeah, that's right, Iron Kid. You thought you were going to win the Sheepdog. You didn't get the Sheepdog. You get nothing. Nothing. Except I'm sending your wife a little something. I got a package for her right over there, getting ready to get shipped out. It's a live stream prize pack that she won a few weeks back. But you get nothing. As a matter of fact, Big Bad Goth, don't let him touch the package that I'm sending you. All right? So, yeah, you get nothing, Iron Kid. All right, next up. Oh, yeah, so, yeah, that's it for the grand prize. That's it for all of that. So let's do the live stream prize pack. We got 25 people on board. So let's get the music started here. All right, folks, you have until the music stops to get your username in chat. Get your Blade Forums username in chat if you want to be entered into the live stream giveaway. Boom. All right, so we've got some people in there. So, all right, let's get let me get this notepad up because there's a whole bunch of people in there. Mono Flesh, copy, Thorfinn, copy. All right, thank you for that, Roach Billy. And as a matter of fact, for those of you who want to see what the live stream prize pack is this week, there's the live stream prize pack. Happy Day, Emrider, Asda Day, Valley Girl. Life the Tank, Pioma. Pioma, didn't you just... Oh, yeah, you won something on the thing. Alright, there. Iron Kid, your birthday present is getting to listen to me talk shit about you. All right, folks, you got 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. All right, the Kershaw model is a Kershaw Groove. It's a knife that's been discontinued for a couple of years, but I've got a selection of them, speed bumps and spec bumps. And then later on, as we get into the single digits of the live stream giveaways, I have some very cool stuff, some older Spyderco stuff, like I've got a Spyderco Chris that is going to be up for grabs, and some others. Alright folks, 1 minute 30 seconds left. If you want to be entered, you need to get your name in the chat. Alright, Marcus, 528R. Anyone else? You have 40 seconds. 40 seconds to get into the live stream. Junkyard Dog was the best. That was an awesome knife. That must be fantastic. Alright. We're coming up on 30 seconds, or actually 20 seconds left. Kershaw, Camber, and Dash were good, also good. Emerson Kershaw's were great, man. I love the Emerson Kershaws. I mean, they've got a street price of like $43, and they're just perfect self-defense knives that if you have to use it, you can just drop it and walk away from it and not have to worry about it. So, like I said earlier, we've got some old. I came across some old Spydercos. Look at these old-ass Spyderco boxes. Sal and the Spyderco team sent this away, or sent this stuff a couple years, or like 10 years ago, for either giveaways or gold membership drives. So, you know, in the upcoming live streams, probably once we get down to the single digits, somebody is going to win a Mannix, Spyderco C01 GPS Mannix 80mm. Somebody's going to get this. Somebody's going to get a... Wait a sec. This is not Assault here. Or maybe it is Assault. I don't know if Sal sent this or not, or if somebody did this aftermarket, but check this out. This is a Spyderco Assault in H1 steel with a wood. Somebody changed the handle scales to wood handle scales. So, yeah. And pocket clip and brass liners and everything. So, yeah, this is kind of cool. Somebody's going to be winning that down the road. Yeah, there's no telling what's going to be, what people are going to win. And, weird. All right, so there's that. And then the piece de la resistance. Somebody will win this. How many of y'all have seen this? This is a Spyderco Chris knife. Look at that wavy blade shape. You know, this is super cool. This is not, this is very cool. I haven't seen one of these in years, and somebody's going to win that on the live stream once we get down to the single digits. So, yeah. There's all kinds of stuff down the pipeline, and we will see what happens. So, music is done. That means that, does anybody have an alibi? Does anybody have an alibi for getting their name in? Otherwise, you know, speak now or forever hold your peace. We're going to do a double draw here. We have got, because Marcus Bear, a.k.a. Mark Grant Jr. here, this guy, see him? Mark Grant Jr., he decided to enter a joking around name in last week's giveaway and got picked. And I didn't know that, I didn't realize that the names didn't match up, or that it was a fake name. So he got drawn for last week. So we're going to be doing two giveaways. Not only do we have this giveaway for this week's live stream, but we have last week's live stream prize pack, which contains all manner of good stuff too, such as the Tomcat, the Kershaw, I think, speed bump, you know, some 550 cord and stickers and everything like that. So yeah, first up, we're going to do this week's giveaway, and then we're going to come back and do the week 33 giveaway, and we're going to redo that one. So yeah. Can let's see, he could be forgiven. I'm not sure. No, we don't forgive Mark Grant Jr. You know, we don't forgive him. No, he is on permanent shit list, just like you are, Iron Kid. All right, so oh, nice. Just sliced myself open on the Kershaw groove. So yeah, somebody gets a little bit of my DNA on this. So yeah, first off, we're going to do the giveaway for the Kershaw groove and the all this stuff, and then we're gonna come back and do the giveaway for the Chris Doyle. Then we'll come back and do the week 33 giveaway. Chris Doyle, Sparka got my speed bump package. Not sure if you saw my comment. Thanks. Hey, awesome. Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. So let's go to the random name picker, just like we use random.org for picking the posts. We use random name picker for the picking of the usernames in the chat thing here. So did anybody get missed on the name draw? Anybody not get their name entered? Because I'm about to hit the run thing here, and when I hit run, that gets picked. All right, so yes, no, maybe so. All right, let's do it. Lizamari, congratulations. You win the week 24 live stream prize pack. So Lizamari, congrats. You win the knife with my DNA on it. Please don't use it to make a clone. Week 34, Lizamari. Don't use my DNA to make yet another clone. I'm not like those doctors who want a whole bunch of kids running around. I can't afford child support. So congrats to Lisa for winning that. And then let's do week 33s. If I can find the button. All right, Roachbelly 44. Roachbelly 44. Congratulations to Roachbelly44. Congratulations to Lizamari for winning the live stream prize packs. I'm just going to write down Roachbelly on here. Roachbelly44. All right, guys, so that's how it works. I will contact you all after the show. I will put messages on I will list the names of all the winners for the various prizes on the Bladeforms thread, and I will send you guys private messages asking for your addresses. So congrats to Roachbelly. All right, actually, let me announce this. Live stream winners, Lizamari and Roachbelly44. So, yeah, I will send out private messages to you guys for all the winners, and that's it. So, yeah, folks, that's it for this show. I'm going to go throw up a couple more times and then head home because I still don't feel well. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the live stream. Thanks for your support. This is week 34. Make sure that you get into week 35 for the Becker K-Bar BK5 Magnum Camp. Make sure you get that going on. Do a favor and like and comment on the live stream down below. It really helps. Like and comment on all the bladeforms.com videos because that helps out with our metrics apparently. Make sure that everybody tell Iron Kid to fuck off. Make sure that you spam Big Bad Goth with lots of support links to domestic abuse prevention. You know, she doesn't have to suffer. We, as Blade Forums community members, can help her avoid suffering. And Yeah, happy birthday to Iron Kid. Hopefully, you don't get a visit from the cops from all the Amazon keywords of domestic violence and everything else. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. It's getting ready to open up here, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go probably throw up once or twice more, and then head home for the drive. Uh, and hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for your support. Make sure that you like and comment the videos. Make sure you subscribe and get entered into week 35. Time for the music. Let's head on out of here. You guys have a great week. Be safe out there.